Hello, yeah, good afternoon, Rajshri. Are you
Good
ready for the
afternoon,
mock
sir.
interview?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. I first quickly introduce yourself.
Okay, so sir, I am Rajshri and I have done my graduation in civil engineering from NIT Kurukshetra, and I have done my summer training from CSRI CBRI Roorkee. Apart from my studies, I have also been part of many societies in my college days, and these societies provide me opportunity to organize many fests and events that helps me to build team leadership and team how to work with a team. And if I talked about my hobbies, I like to dance and play badminton in my free time. Thank you, sir.
Okay. What was the topic of your internship?
Sir, it's like semi-analytical modeling of cold form steel studs
Okay, sorry, can
using
you repeat?
using direct semi-analytical method of cold form steel studs using direct strength method.
Okay, what is mean by cold form steel?
Sir, it's like it's formed using the cold form method. In this, the
What
yield
is this method?
plateau is so in this method we like the yield plateau, which is from the hot rolled method. In this by cold form we ignored the we like remove the yield plateau, so it increases the ultimate strength.
So this is for mild steel.
Yes, a mild scale.
Okay. What is mean by yield plateau?
The yield plateau in which we have a constant for a constant stretch, we have a continuously deformation.
Okay, so how does this removal of yield plateau increase the strength?
Sir, it directly actually in the graph it minimizes the strain and increases the stress part, material holds more than the strength. If
No, I
we
could
make
not get
a
it. Can you
brick
just
steel.
draw a graph to show that?
Well, actually, sir, is this is well, actually in
Yes.
hot roll steel is this is the yield plateau, but in
Yes,
the
yes.
cold roll steel this part is removed, and by this the strength is increases, the ultimate strength.
So can you mark the point of ultimate strength?
Ultimate strength. Sir, in both the graph.
Yeah, both the graph. So show me two, 3 points. At first, yield point, okay? Second one is
Hmm.
ultimate strength point and the point of necking and point of fracture. I need these 4 points on both of these graphs.
Sir, sir, in this, so
Uh,
this is the upper yield point, lower yield point, and
okay.
then ultimate strength, the
Hmm.
necking part. Sir, in
Mhm.
this lower in this graph, sir, yield point is not directly visible, so we have to point proof stress
Okay.
0.2%, and then we have a ultimate strength.
Okay. And then where is the point of necking and fracture?
Sir, in this shows the brittle, so I think the necking part is not there.
Okay. ठीक है, no problem. So let me just ask a few more questions from the topic you have chosen only. Okay. I will be asking few questions from SOM itself. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Can you tell me the difference between ductility and malleability?
Okay. Sir, ductility is the how much when we apply tension, then how much it elongate. Actually, the ductility we can also define how much tough it is, how much is the area uh, included between the stress strain curve.
Is ductility equal to toughness?
Mhm. No, sir. Sir, actually, ductility is when we applied compression on the material, then how much it deforms. So it
On
shows
applying
the
compression, it is
deformation.
showing ductility.
So no, it's on applying tension.
Okay. And what is malleability?
Malleability, sir, it's the property how the material can be made thin.
In ductility, the material is not getting thin.
Sir, it is getting strained. Sir, how much it get
ठीक है.
strained?
Okay, no problem. Okay, in mild steel curve, why are there are two yield points?
Sir, it's because of the carbon present in there is a defect in that defect the carbon particles displaces among within the atoms. That's why it's showing and not the
I
I
could
don't
not
know.
get it. Please repeat.
Sir, actually, the carbon present in the mild steel.
Hmm.
So, sir, carbon showing a defect in which the atoms displaces from their positions. So that's why
Hmm.
it's showing after. So this is the case only when we apply the cold form method. This defect be cured by this method. So
Okay.
actually, the
ठीक है.
carbon atoms
ठीक है. Fine, fine. So have you heard the term flitching?
bleaching.
Yeah. Flitching in beams, you don't know?
Bleaching.
Flitching in
Sir,
beams.
placed beam, yes, sir.
Huh.
When we combine the two materials,
What is meant by
that's the
combines? Do
composite
we
beam.
chemically combine that?
No, 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 sir. So
Hmm.
physically, when we have two different like steel or brass, then
Hmm.
we can make either opposite sides or the top or bottom. It's like a
So,
composite beam. So,
okay. So, why do we need this?
sir, when if we don't have a if we require more strength, then the material can't provide that strength. Then we have
Why?
to
Why material cannot
uh,
provide strength? Suppose you increase the area of cross section, so will the material not provide
sir,
that strength?
it is not economical, I think so, sir. For that, to
Okay.
consider the economic,
So
we
there can be two ways of flitching, top flitching and side flitching.
and side placing, yes, sir.
Which is more preferred?
Sir, top and bottom because it's in this moment of inertia is increases.
How?
Sir, actually, the from axis the area is farther from the axis the moment of inertia.
So in case of side flitching, there is no effect on the moment of inertia.
Sir, it is, but sir, in this the sir, the area is equally available from both the
Check,
sides. In
fine. Understood. Okay. Next, have you heard the term conjugate beam method?
yes, sir.
What is it used for?
Sir, to find the slope and deflection
Okay.
of the
And have you
beam.
heard the term moment area method?
Yes, sir.
What is it used for?
Yes, sir. So slope and deflection.
Okay.
To
What
find
is
the
the
slope
difference
and
between
deflection
these
of
two
the
methods? What is the difference
mo.
between these two methods? Yeah.
Okay. Sir, so conjugate beam method, sir, we make a conjugate beam of the beam that we
Okay,
have
fine. Check it.
already.
I know you know this. Tell me just quickly the advantage of conjugate beam method over moment area method. What is the advantage of conjugate beam method over moment area method?
Sir, in moment area method, one second, sir.
Yeah, please.
Yes, sir. Sir, if we don't know we have to require the two positions in the moment area method. If we don't know the value of one value at one point, then we can't find out the value of second. We cannot find the slope of at second point. But in conjugate beam method, we can find uh, without knowing the value of not dependent upon the two values.
Mm, this is partially correct. Okay, fine, no problem. Uh, can steel fail in brittle mode? Can steel
Brittle.
fail in brittle mode? Yeah. Ductile failure is common.
Brittle. Yes, sir.
What is the like shape of the failed structure? Which type of failure is there in ductile steel? In case of suppose tensile load is applied.
So like buckling failure is there. So there are many
On
torsional
on case of tensile steel, you will have the
अच्छा
buckling failure.
tensile okay
Huh,
tensile steel okay so
huh.
in tensile में sir it's like a ductility or brittle failure
You're not getting my question. I'm asking.
okay
Suppose this is a steel specimen. Okay,
okay
you are applying tensile load. Will there be failure?
yes sir
Okay. So what will be the shape of that failure?
so the tensile में तो sir perpendicular to the surface
Okay. ठीक है. And torsion?
sir torsion में sir sir if torsion में sir अगर हम sir if we are applying tension then it's like 45 degree cup cone fracture.
Just now you told about that it is a perpendicular failure.
No, sir. In axial stress, it's perpendicular. In torsion, sir, it's 45 degree.
In torsion, it is 45 degrees. Okay.
5 degree.
Are you sure about this?
Yes, sir. Ductile for sir for
Okay.
brittle. Sir, if we talked about the ductile, it's opposite.
I'm
Sir,
asking about steel. Whether steel is ductile or brittle. Don't get confused. Yeah.
sir, ductile. Of course, steel is ductile.
Okay.
Sir,
ठीक है, fine. Coming back to the previous question, can steel fail in brittle mode? Think.
sir, sir, I don't think so. Brittle mode.
Now tell me the term endurance limit. Do you know?
Endurance limit, yes,
What
sir.
is it?
Sir, endurance limit is that limit below which, if we applied the number of cycles, then does not fail in the fatigue failure.
What is fatigue failure?
The fatigue failure is that in which the material fail without even reaching the ultimate strength.
So how does this fail?
So when we
Is this
apply
fatigue material ductile or brittle?
fatigue, sir, what is,
Is this fatigue failure ductile or brittle? Does it
I
show
think,
any
sir,
sign of
it's
yielding before it fails?
no, sir.
Okay, so it is the kind of brittle failure you want to say this.
Brittle.
ठीक है, fine. No problem. So how do you find this endurance limit?
Remember, I don't.
Okay, no problem. ठीक है, have you heard the term strain rosette?
Strain rosette, yes, sir.
What is it, dear?
So to find the strain of a material, strain rosette.
That is a strain gauge, I think. A strain gauge is enough for finding the strain in a material.
So strain rosette is similar to, it's like to find strain in perpendicular in any oblique plane.
Why not we use strain gauge in that case? Have you done any experiment in your college? I'm sure you might have done in your second year BTech or third year BTech curriculum regarding finding the strains. Is it so or not?
So after sir, we are COVID batch, so after
ठीक है,
third
ठीक
year.
है भाई. Okay, fine, fine. ठीक है, fine.
केतन सर
So
एक
any
चीज
हाँ
सर आई वुड लाइक टू इंटरप्ट सर वो
हाँ
सेटिंग्स में आप हाइड नॉन वीडियो पार्टिसिपेंट्स कर दीजिए ओके
है वो किया हुआ है.
इसमें आपका दिख रहा है अदर लोग भी दिख रहे हैं शुभन यू स्विच ऑफ द कैम
इसमें मेरे पास शो नॉन वीडियो पार्टिसिपेंट्स का ऑप्शन आ रहा है.
शो का
हाँ,
नहीं ठीक है
हाइड का ऑलरेडी
हाइड
किया हुआ है. ठीक है,
ओके डन
ठीक है, फाइन. Actually your interview is over. Okay, so do you like to add some point? Everything is fine at your end now. So what happens is since you have done internship, okay, that will be the probable zone of your first question. So just revise your project properly. You know everything, okay? You are not able to recall that properly. What I feel is this, okay? You lack a little bit confidence in speaking. Check. First point I noted is this one. You be confident while speaking. Do once you have the confidence, once you know everything, then you will speak more confidently. Until unless you gain some confidence, there will be some kind of hesitation always. ठीक है. So properly read that topic. And since your internship is related to the structures zone, okay, so you have to read about at least the strength of material and steel structures properly. Properly means everything. Okay, few points which I would like to add where I found that you lacked at some stage. At first, ductility and malleability. So ductility is what you told is ductility is deformation under tensile load. So do not use the term compression in case of ductility. So deformation under compression load is your malleability, and it is in all the direction. Ductility is in the linear direction. Okay. Second, flitching you, answered correctly. Okay. Third, conjugate beam method and moment area method. So conjugate beam method is better in case the deflected shape is not known to us. Okay. In moment area method, whatever you told, you need 2 points. 2 points on what? Elastic curve. So basically, the point is that you have to be aware of the deflected shape in case of moment area method, and it is not required in the case of conjugate beam method. So if there is any kind of discontinuity in the beam, suppose any kind of hinge is there in a civil separator beam or any other beam, so it's better to use conjugate beam method than area monoc method in that case. Okay. Cup and cone failure and torsion failure. Just go and revise once again. Okay. Do not get confused over such easy things. Okay. That is quite common. For ductile material, when you apply the tensile load, it will be cup and cone failure. Next, yes, steel can fail in brittle mode, and that is what is called as fatigue. Okay. So once you start the stress reversal of steel specimen, it will fail in brittle mode after reaching the integral cement. So these two questions were internal. Clear? Strain rosette and strain gauge, just read once again. I suggest you to read once again. You are confused about this. Strain rosette basically is a combination of the strain gauges. Why is it needed? Because strain gauges will give us the value of normal strain and not the shear strain. So for obtaining the value of shear strain, we need the combination of strain gauges that is called as strain. Clear, dear? Any other questions or any query from your end?
So, one thing, so can you tell me, sir, what to write in the area of interest
Area
assignment?
of interest. Okay, yeah. So see, there are certain topics, okay, that are related to civil engineering. Now, see, as an interview panel member, what he will seek into, what he will look, whether you are aware of the incidents happening in and around you or not, and how can you apply 3D knowledge, how can you apply the three-dimensional approach in your this practical knowledge. Okay, you are studying civil engineering, everyone is studying civil engineering, but how much you are applying it, how much you are feeling it connected with the entire environment around you. Okay. So whether it is if you like the environmental engineering, then you can mention the environmental aspects as well. Okay. Like for me, I was very much fascinated with the structures. So in such interviews, I always used to put points like I like 3D printing. I want to explore 3D printing and the opportunities associated with that. So I can give the example of the 3D printed post office that was the last year inaugurated at Karnataka. Okay. So it will be a like a new type of thing. You are opening a post office made of 3D printing material only and not any brick or construction materials. Okay. So how is it made? Then they will ask you questions based on that. It shows that at first you are aware of the incidents that are happening. Incidents may not be always bad. Okay. It may not be always landslide, cloudburst, or some other factor, but it can be positive improvement in the technology as well. So you can show the improved advanced technology related to civil engineering at first. This is my suggestion. Okay. Second, if you want to highlight the issues, concerns related to the environment, such as landslides. Okay. So you as a civil engineer, you know the slope protection measures. What could be the slope protection measures? What can be implemented in case of a landslides that are happening? Okay. Nowadays, you are well aware of the situation, and as I mentioned in the last GT as well. So I will be taking a session very soon on this recent technological advancement, like Wayanad landslide, what happened, what you could have done. Second is the train derailment cases. There are multiple train derailment cases you are listening day by day. Okay, so increase in these accidents, and as a civil engineer, what you can do, because civil engineers are involved with the running and the maintenance of this railways as well. Okay, so what should be your role in such cases? Okay, so my suggestion is bring up some recent advanced technological topics and study thoroughly about that. Now put those topics in which you feel the most interest, area of interest. Okay. So area of interest may be related to your hobby, may be related to your exploring some other places, but I will suggest you to stick towards civil engineering steps. Okay. It may be related to your internship, it may be related to your daily life, but try to keep it in the zone of civil engineering. Clear? So just I will suggest you to frame a draft. Okay. If you feel to show it to me, okay, then I can suggest it further once prepare a draft. Okay, and then show. Clear?
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Fine. Any other question related to your interview or question, something?
No, sir.
Feeling confused in any question which I asked or out of syllabus question which I asked?
No, sir. There is no question out of syllabus.
So all of these questions are from the syllabus itself. So better to
Yes, sir.
prepare from your end once again. Okay. Yeah.
No.
Next, who is here?
Subhan,
So
sir.
Subhan.
Yes.
Okay. Subhan, where have you studied from?
Yes.
Where have you
I,
studied from, Subhan?
I didn't get, sir.
Where have you studied from? Where have you graduated from?
Okay. I did my master's from IIT Kharagpur and
Okay.
completed my BTech from Andhra Pradesh Yogavamna University. And during my academic studies, I have worked on a project like vibration-based damage detection using modern analysis. There I have applied my theory knowledge in application-based, and I was very passionate about doing such activities like playing badminton and learning new things. And before my MTech, I have worked in a TCS. There I have learned some experience like client management skills and business making strategies. It will be helpful in future, I think. That's it about.
Okay. 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 In which earthquake zone Kharagpur lies?
In which earthquake zone?
Kharagpur lies.
Sir, I didn't get question. Please once again.
You know about the earthquake zones in India?
Yes, sir. 4 zones are in India.
So in which zone does Kharagpur lies?
Voice is not clear, sir. In which zone?
In
After
which
that,
zone does Kharagpur lie? Is my voice not clear to everyone? Can someone please confirm?
I think my
Okay.
No, sir. Your
So,
voice is.
ठीक है. In which earthquake zone does Kharagpur lie?
Kharagpur lies in zone 4, sir.
Zone 4, are you sure?
Yes, sir. Why? Because I have done summer internship on telecommunication tower. There I have learned about that earthquake zones and seismic analysis of towers.
Okay.
Because
So, what is the code for the seismic analysis or if you want to design a earthquake resistant structure? Okay. So, which code will you prefer?
IS 1803.
1803, are you sure?
Actually, I'm not sure, sir. I just forgot that.
Okay, okay, no problem. Have you heard the term spatial confining reinforcement?
Spatial confining regime. It means lateral reinforcement. Right?
Spatial confining reinforcement. Have you heard this term or not?
No, sir. I didn't.
Okay. So, what steps do we follow in designing a earthquake resistant structure? At first, tell me one thing that whether we can design earthquake proof structure or earthquake resistant structure.
Maybe depend on the uh, codal values, and we use steel like TMT bars that can be handle tensile load
Wait,
and
wait, wait. What I asked, can you design earthquake proof structure?
yes, sir.
Okay, you can design earthquake proof structure.
Yes, sir.
Earthquake proof or earthquake resistant? Is there any difference between these two terms?
Okay. Earthquake resistant structure is possible, and
Hmm.
earthquake proof is not possible.
Why?
Before earthquake, uh, it is uneconomical also. If earthquake resistant structure, it gives initial criteria like cracks, it gives warning of the structure, it's going to collapse like that. Earthquake proof, it is not possible because some uneconomical process is there. We have to use some.
So now let me ask you a few questions related to this. Whether you will prefer FE250 or FE500 in case you want to design earthquake structure.
Earthquake FE250 is very ductile as compared to FE450. For earthquake zone, we prefer FE250, sir. Actually, that ribbings in not possible in FE250. We prefer TMT bars that can handle hardness as well as ductility.
Okay, fine. Okay. Now, next question is related to your hobby. How do you connect badminton with your studies? Do you find any similarity between these two?
Yes. While playing badminton, I used to feel the experience at the end of the game. I intentionally make others points more at the maximum. Just it is nearby game point. It will feel like a pressure point. I have to handle those things like in education as well.
Okay. Okay. Good. Now tell me next thing. Have you recently watched Olympics?
Can you repeat your answer?
Have you recently watched Olympics?
Yes, sir.
So where was it held this year?
Tokyo, sir.
Okay. From India side, who were the badminton players?
Chirag Shetty and one more player is there. His name I didn't remember.
Okay. Okay, no problem. How was their performance?
They have played well, sir. They got silver medal.
Okay. Okay. Okay, now tell me some questions related to the technical domain. Okay. So I will be asking you some questions related to what do you at first mean by what are the different types of spring that you know?
Different types of springs.
Yes.
This closed springs and open springs.
What is the difference between these two?
Open spring is used in compression, like in shock absorbers. Closed spring for weight lifting and weight measuring devices.
Any other difference?
Actually, I not remembering.
Okay, check it, no problem. So have you heard the term unsymmetrical bending?
Unsymmetrical bending. Yes, sir.
What is it?
Based on the axis, it is not symmetrical about two axis.
I'm sorry, can you repeat?
Sorry, sir, I don't know.
Okay, no problem. Do you know Euler's theory?
I didn't get, sir.
Do you know Euler's theory for analysis of column?
Euler's formula.
Theory
Euler's
for
theory for
analysis of column?
yes, sir. Yes.
So what are its assumptions?
Member will be uniform and isotropic material.
Okay.
Strain before bending, after bending.
Okay, next.
Bending stresses are more as compared to axial stresses.
Is it so? Is it the assumption of the Euler's theory?
Yes, sir.
Okay, another. Next. What is the main assumption?
Column will fail in buckling
Hmm.
or crushing, depend on the slenderness ratio.
No, that is the general observation. Okay, assumption of Euler's theory. So is it valid for short column as well?
Yes, sir. Short column
Are you
as well.
sure?
Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
Okay. Okay. Have you heard the term warping?
Warping, yes, sir.
What is it?
Uh, in concrete payments, due to effect of temperature, warping will be happen.
Okay,
Temperature
no,
varies.
no, no, I'm not talking warping is stress. So warping in case of circular section or a rectangular section, uh, have you heard about that?
Yes, yes, yes.
Due to torsion.
Act-
Hmm.
yes, sir. Due to
So yeah,
torsion in circular section, warping not happen, and
why?
in rectangular,
Why?
uh, why? Because it is not. Uh, I know about that, sir, but I didn't get.
Okay, okay, ठीक है, no problem, no problem. Tell me that which axis do you use in the analysis of torsion?
Uh, Axis perpendicular to cross section area.
Polar axis.
Polar axis.
Why? Why?
Uh, the torsion will be tangential to the surface cross sectional area, and rotation also along with the polar axis. That's why we can see.
Okay, no problem. ठीक है, draw a channel section.
Sir,
Draw a channel
didn't
section.
get
Draw a channel section.
channel section.
Hmm.
Channel section means, sir?
Channel section means.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. Leave that. Okay, which theory of failure will you prefer for the analysis of ductile material?
Don't know, sir.
Okay. ठीक है, fine, fine. Your interview is over. Okay. So, are you feeling a little bit confused or nervous?
Yes, sir. First time interview, and I haven't prepared well for some.
Okay. What is your gate rank?
Mine is 1200, sir.
Okay. So your gate rank is a good one. Okay. So you should not feel at first nervous in your preparation. Whatever the time, when is your interview?
September 5, sir.
Okay. So you have sufficient time. At least I can see you have a 10, 12 days time. Okay. So in this span of time, okay, what you can do is you can prepare the few important subjects, core subjects thoroughly. At least strength of material, structures, RCC, steel, okay, then project management, geotech. So 5 to 6 important subjects you should revise properly. Okay. I am telling you this because the panel may ask you HR based questions, may ask you technical questions. But
Okay.
if they enter into technical domain, they will at first strike the technical core section. Okay. So it
Okay.
is necessary that you prepare core section at first. If you get a time, then you prepare for other important sections as well. But at first, try to get into the technical domain in detail. Okay.
Yes.
Now, so let me discuss about few important things. So badminton players, at first you should know if you're mentioning their hobbies, then Lakshya Sen and others are important names to be known to you. Okay.
Yeah.
Then types of spring was good, but you were not able to differentiate it well. So just go and read it once. Okay, what are the types of spring and where they are used. Unsymmetrical bending, the cause you are able to you know everything, but you're not able to recall at this point of time. Then again, the similar thing happened with the cause of warping. So in case of circumcision, the shear strain at a radius, constant radius is same. Due to this, the warping is not caused in the case of circumcision, but it happens in the case of rectangular section. Okay.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So these points you were expected to mention. Then the assumption of Euler theory, it is valid for only long columns. Okay, and that is the limitation as well. It
Okay.
is valid for a long column, not for the short columns. Because you're telling that buckling will happen. Buckling will happen in case of long column only, not in the case of short column.
Yes.
Okay. Channel section you don't know. C type of section is the channel section. You're not have not studied the steel section.
Yes. I know, sir.
So I
Actually,
was
I
I
didn't.
was going to ask the shear center location about that, but you failed to draw the channel section.
I
So please do
yeah.
not get confused to such large extent, so that the panel may think that you are not aware of this section first. Okay, and read the theory of failures as well, because it is the theoretical portion from which the questions may be asked. ठीक है
Yes.
dear? So
Yes.
any questions from your end?
I am mentioning my MTech related data. I didn't mention BTech. Is it okay, sir?
Yeah, it was fine. Like the way you introduced, that was fine, sufficient. Okay. But in case of introduction as well, I just asked where have you graduated from, and you started the whole intro of yourself. It seems like you have like memorized everything, and you are getting the chance to speak and speak and speak. Okay. So it may be possible that you may not be asked to introduce yourself, although give the opportunity, but it may be possible that they do not give the opportunity to introduce yourself and then ask different questions from you. So wait for them to ask. Okay, do not just
Okay.
blow bluntly and consume the time. Okay.
Yes. Yes,
Uh,
sir. Yes.
So any other questions?
Thank you, sir.
Okay,
Great
fine.
feedback.
Thanks. Yeah. Who is the next candidate? So Kshitij, I am not at first. Am I audible properly, Kshitij, to you?
Yes, yeah.
So, is there power supply in your area?
Yeah, yes, sir. Like power supply is something.
Okay. So you are not actually at first visible properly. So shall
Yes.
I schedule your interview after few minutes?
Actually, there is some work is going on nearby transformer. It
Okay.
will take time.
Okay, ठीक है, fine, no problem. Then, are you comfortable to start now?
Okay.
Okay, Kshitij, tell me your hobbies.
Sir, I would like to listen music and love to play chess
Okay,
in free time.
okay, okay. So what kind of music you do you like to listen?
Uh, any kind of I love the different languages in music also. I just listen the tune of the music and that makes me feel calm and
How do you
uh,
connect this music with your studies?
um, I mostly I listen at the time mm, where I want to do some work and music is playing in the background, so I just only listen the tune of the music and that makes me feel
So,
calm.
so let me take a minute to understand. You are telling that you're listening music by not keeping it as a priority, but in the background.
Yes.
So is it the situation that you do with your studies? You are just studying to
No,
keep it
sir,
as
no,
a
sir.
backup and so what is interpreted by this?
Sir, like like a menial work, like if I wash my clothes or daily work, something like I where I exercise or go for a walk. At that time, I listen music, not the
How
study.
do you connect music with studies? Do you connect or not?
No, sir.
Okay, ठीक है. Tell me your important favorite subjects.
Sir, it is geotechnical and structure of material. Sorry, strength of material.
Geotechnical and strength of material.
Yes.
Okay. Draw an I section. Draw an I
Yes, sir.
section.
Yes, sir.
Show me.
Is it visible, sir?
Hmm. So plot horizontal shear stress distribution across this section. I repeat my question. Plot
Yes, sir.
horizontal shear stress distribution across this section.
Is it visible, sir?
In the top
Let
and bottom portion, will there be any shear stress?
yes, sir. If, wait a minute.
In the top and bottom portion. Yeah, yeah, I'm able to see. In the top and bottom portion, will there be any shear stress?
Yes, sir. There will be.
Show me that.
Did you mean that top of the I section?
In the flange part, will there be any shear stress, horizontal shear stress?
Above the I section, sir?
Yes.
No, sir. There will be.
Okay, show me the shear flow pattern in this section. Shear flow pattern.
Okay. Shown in what one, sir?
Is it the shear flow pattern?
Sorry. Sorry. Is it visible to you, sir?
Yes, it is visible. So why is it from bottom to top? Why not from top to bottom?
Sir, it can be. It can be from
So
top to
what
bottom
is it
also.
means that you have assumed something and drawn it from bottom to top. What is that assumption?
So in sir, in the web part, yeah, in the web part, transverse shear flow is not dominant, and in flange part, the longitudinal shear flow is not dominant. That is
Did you get my question? I am asking, you have assumed something by drawing the shear flow pattern from bottom to top. What is that
okay.
assumption? Like, why haven't you drawn from top to bottom? So how, whatever you told just now, how is it related to the direction of the shear flow pattern? Justify it.
Uh, Sorry, sir.
No problem. Have you heard the term contraction ratio?
What's it?
Contraction ratio. Contraction ratio. Have you heard this term? Have you heard the term Poisson's ratio?
Yes, sir.
What is the maximum value of it?
It is 0.5.
Why?
Uh, because not able to recall, sir.
Okay, take it, no problem. Uh, Tell me, do you know about something? Do you know something about resilience? Have you heard this term?
Yes, sir.
What is it?
It is the stored energy in the material up to the elastic limit.
Up to the elastic limit.
Sorry, it is within the elastic limit, and
Okay.
when the load is applied.
How do you measure the toughness of a steel section? Mild
Toughness
steel
of a
specimen is there. How will you measure the toughness of this section? Is there any test? Have
toughness.
you heard
It
about?
Yes,
Tell,
yes,
tell.
sir. I have heard about it. It is the stored energy, stored
Test
strain
about
and
test about test. Have
test
you heard
about test.
about any test for the? I agree with you that is just stored energy and something. So have you heard any test about the measuring the toughness? Do you
I'm
know
not able to.
Izod-Charpy test?
I'm not able to recall, sir.
Okay, no problem, no problem. Okay. Next question is, can you draw a graph between the stress and the slenderness ratio? Okay, for columns. Stress and slenderness ratio for column.
Is it visible, sir?
It is visible. So, what are the important points in this graph?
Sir, the first box represents the short column, and in this and the second box represents the intermediate column. The last one shows the long column, and here the
Okay, fine. Okay. So, next question, I will be asking few questions from the geotech portion as well. Okay. So, what slope protection measures can be adopted? What are the different types of slope protection measures?
sir, we can form the a retaining wall.
Retaining wall
And
is used to protect the slope or protection of embankment.
to protect the slope, I'm not able to understand the question, sir.
Okay, you're not able to understand the question. See, what am I telling? There are different slopes of embankment. Maybe the slope of embankment, the slopes of the hills, the slope of rocky foundations. So, how will you stabilize that slope? Have you been ever to some hilly station? Okay. Have you
Uh,
been ever traveled through any expressway? No. Okay. ठीक है, no problem here. Tell me the difference between uh, tell me the different types of failures of finite slope.
finite slope.
Uh,
Mm,
did you get my question?
yes,
Am
sir.
I?
Yes, sir.
Tell me.
Uh,
Recall.
friction circle method.
Okay.
Uh, what is that? I'm not able to-
Okay. Okay. No problem. So, do you know the assumptions taken by Tarzagi for the analysis of shallow foundation?
Yes, sir.
What are they?
So, so base of the footing is should be smooth, and foundation should be strip foundation,
Hmm.
and water level mm, mm, way below from the depth of the foundation,
Hmm.
and yeah, it takes the general seats. It assumes it will fail in general shear failure.
What is this general shear failure?
So general shear failure in it it applicable on dense sand, and uh, in this angle of friction will be greater than 36,
Okay, fine.
and
My last question is, can void ratio be greater than 1?
what
Can void ratio be greater than 1?
uh, yes, sir, it can.
When? When?
When the volume of void will be greater than the volume of solid.
The easiest way to answer this question. Okay. ठीक है,
Did
fine.
you mean by anything else, sir? I mean, I want to.
Can you tell some practical example for which type of soil it is greater than 1?
Okay. loose fill material when the loose fill material is not compacted.
ठीक है, ठीक है, fine, fine. Okay, your interview is over here. ठीक है.
Okay.
So, few observations from my side at first. So, if you're telling music and chess as a hobby, so how can you relate this with your studies? Okay. Try to like at least prepare 2 3 points so that you can, like, suppose if I'm asking how do I connect badminton with my studies, like badminton is my hobby. So if I have to ask that badminton is my hobby, then how will I connect badminton with my studies? So I will tell it requires full attention. ठीक है, while doing the course of work. Then again, it can also be told in the way that I may face new challenges during the course of it. You may face a random shot. So how to tackle challenges, that can also be learned from this course of badminton. So what do you learn from music? ठीक है, so you
Can I
just
say
try
it
to
in English,
connect.
sir, right now?
हाँ हाँ, tell.
सर म्यूजिक मुझे काम करता है, मतलब जब भी मुझे फ्रस्ट्रेशन होता है या फिर मैं मतलब कोई
That is your hobby and interest towards hobby. But is there any connection with music and studies? Do you feel any relation between them? Yes, मुझे studies करने से भी अच्छा लगता है, म्यूजिक सुनने से भी अच्छा लगता है, ऐसा कुछ पॉइंट्स है आपके पास, तो वो आपको एक दो पॉइंट्स थोड़ा कनेक्ट
अच्छा
करके पॉइंट आउट करना है. ठीक है, लाइक चेस. सो चेस इज अ ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग गेम, एंड देन
यस
अगेन इट इज द स्टडीज ऑल्सो इन्वॉल्व द ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग आइडियाज. ठीक है, इस
यस
तरह से आप
सर
कनेक्ट करके कुछ कुछ पॉइंट प्रिपेयर करें. ठीक है, दिस इज माई सजेशन. नेक्स्ट, शेयर फ्लो पैटर्न वाज फाइन. ठीक है, बट दिस कंडीशन की टॉप से बॉटम क्यों नहीं हो रहा है, तो आपने एज्यूम क्या किया है कि कंप्रेशन लोडिंग. ठीक है, एक बीम ऑफ जो आई सेक्शन है, आई सेक्शन बीम, दैट इज सब्जेक्टेड टू कंप्रेशन लोडिंग, इसलिए नीचे वाले कंप्रेशन फाइबर्स, नीचे वाले फाइबर्स में टेंशन, ऊपर वाले में कंप्रेशन है. ठीक है, बीम ऐसे बेंड हो रहा है, तो ऊपर में कंप्रेशन, नीचे में टेंशन है, तो नीचे टेंसाइल स्ट्रेस है, एंड देन उसको शेयर फ्लो बैलेंस कर रहा था जैसे आपने बताया था. ठीक है, तो ये एजम्पशन था उसका. ठीक. कॉन्ट्रैक्शन रेशियो, देखो पॉइजन रेशियो कॉन्ट्रैक्शन रेशियो दोनों सेम ही टर्म है, बट पॉइजन रेशियो यूज किया जाता है विद इन इलास्टिक लिमिट. अगर इलास्टिक लिमिट से ज्यादा होता है प्लास्टिक लिमिट, देन वी यूज द टर्म एज कॉन्ट्रैक्शन रेशियो. ठीक है, रेजिलियंस इज विद इन इलास्टिक लिमिट, नॉट अप टू द इलास्टिक लिमिट. ठीक
यस
है.
सर अंडरस्टूड.
Toughness of steel is measured by Izod-Charpy test. So what is this test? How is it performed? Just go and take a look of these. Okay. Then the next question regarding the uh, what are you written graph for this column. This was good. Okay. Then the slope protection measures. How can you protect the slope? So there are various slope protection measures. Use of geotextiles is the best one, which is adopted now modern days. So what are geocells? What are geosynthetics? What are geotextiles, geomembranes? Just go and have an idea of this. Okay. So geocells are used in the slope protections. Then slope can also be protected by plantation. That is why plantations are adopted in the slopey areas. Okay. Then there are other methods as well. Okay, so just go and look through them. Uh, See, I had asked for the finite slope failures types, not the finite
Yes sir.
slope failure
Oh
analysis.
yes
So
sir.
the types are toe failure, base failure, face failure. These are what I was expecting, and not the methods of analysis like the Swedish circle and the friction
Sorry
circle, whatever you have mentioned. Okay, so I know that you know these things, but you are not able to recall at this moment. So do not get hesitated. I have asked the questions only from the topics that you have mentioned, only from the subjects that you have mentioned. Okay, it shows that you are like somewhat your revision part is pending for these two subjects. You have to revise these subjects thoroughly once. Okay. Tazagi assumptions were good, and void ratio was also fine. Okay. So if you have any questions related to your mock now,
sir in case I have I haven't prepared the subject as RCC and steel. What can I do for that? So if they ask the question from
see,
that
it's
subject,
these are the core subjects. So I suggest you, when is your interview?
it's 30th August.
That is August.
Don't have that.
So at least in these 4 to 5 days time, just go through RCC once. Okay. I'm not asking you to design any beam. I'm not suggesting you to design for any slab where practice numericals on that. You should know the procedure of the design of all the important components, beam, slab, column. Take a look about the interaction chart. Take a look about the assumptions of WSM, LSM. Okay. Why LSM is being adopted. So the important probable question shows you should prepare at least.
Okay.
Okay.
One thing, sir.
Hmm.
Sir, I have a 2-year gap in in my
So your
profession.
passing year is 22.
No, sir. 21.
Okay. So how will you justify this gap? I think Jayesh sir will be best to answer this question and justify your answer. Okay. Since I do not have idea of this, so I would not be suggesting on this question. Okay. Maybe you can connect with Jayesh. Okay.
Okay, sir.
How to justify your gap can be of some help to you if you are suggested by Jayesh. Okay. Any other question, dear?
No, sir.
Okay, fine. Fine. Your interview is over. Who is the next candidate? What's your
Sir, am
name,
I
dear?
audible? Good.
Yeah.
Jeevan, sir.
You wait. You come afterwards. Let Subhan come. Subhan, you come. You
I
come
think
next.
Shubhan
Sir.
has done. Shubhan has already
Subhan,
taken
you
the
done?
interview, no?
Yes, sir.
Huh.
Mine has done.
Okay, fine, fine. Go on. Go on, Chirag.
Jeevan. Okay. Jeevan, where are you from?
Sir, I am from Andhra Pradesh, Chittoor district, sir.
Okay.
सर आपने
So,
एक मिनट सर आपने
हाँ,
एक साथ पूरा रिकॉर्डिंग कर दिया क्या?
हाँ रिकॉर्डिंग कंटिन्यूड है. हेलो.
इसको स्टॉप कर दीजिए.
अच्छा
स्टॉप
ठीक
करके
है.
स्टॉप